what I have here is the original 1937 D-28, and what Jeff has is the D-28 1937 Authentic. This is really the iconic piece that people talk about when they think about D-28s and they think about Martin guitar. This is the 57 Chevy of Martin guitars. This is the guitar you gotta have.
It's very important to the consumer that we get the model as close as possible to the original. So every year when we launch a new Authentic, we try to make sure that we've picked up on the nuances that make that guitar so special.
What makes this guitar particularly special, other than the fact that it's all hide glued, right? T-bar construction in the center, and it's forward shifted bracing. That's one of the key components of 1937 is the forward shifted in the bracing. The 1 3/4 nut spacing. All right, that really makes this guitar particularly unique from some of the other Authentics that we're going to talk about later on, particularly the 1941 D-28. The neck is also very unique on this particular instrument, and we were really lucky to have the original piece in-house to go ahead and model the Authentic after it.
So you can see the differences in the neck of this Authentic in the wrist area. It's very similar to the original. We make sure that this thickness here and at the nut and the taper of the neck and this diamond shape has been rounded to the right dimensions because this is a lot of the feel for the player. Same thing with the heel. This curve on the heel is very important for that guitar in that year because every year Martin tended to have very few changes. Sometimes there were abrupt changes, other times it was very subtle.
And one of the nice parts is the edges of this bridge on the original are really, really soft. And we took a lot of time to go ahead and make sure we recreated that on the edges of this, so you got that soft feeling like somebody's already been playing it for a long time. It's sort of an unspoken thing. It's not a direct specification that you can write into a spec sheet. It's something that the craftsperson has to know by having the original on hand that you can touch and you can feel, and then you can get that onto the new guitar. And that's something that other people tend to miss by not having the original on hand to work with. And we're lucky.
People can really see that, I mean, they look the same.
I mean, the color's different, but that's just because it's older.
The finish is worn out on that one, and it's orange because of the lacquer. But
yeah, but this one's going to age, and you know, there's one thing you can't build into these guitars, really. Honestly, you can't build into these guitars how old they are. I mean, that's something that you're going to have to do to it. You're going to have to put that in. You're going to have to play it, all right, to get the same sort of mojo. But that's up to you, the player.
That's the fun part.
That's the fun part. That's exactly right.